Ross. Hi, my name is Anna.
And I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are so pumped for the Golden Child comeback. Pump it up. No, but we actually are. We're so excited.
It just might not be properly showing because we woke up for this and it's 5 a.m. right now. But anyways, we've watched all the teasers, seen all the photos, watched I don't know if you watched it, but I watched the jacket and the music video making already, yeah. So anyways, let's just go. Don't waste more time. I'm really nervous actually. It's so cute. When I first saw the teasers, I was like,
oh my gosh, like, Peyton's cleaning.
You can't just say things like that. Chibama.
I am gone. Chibam.
Oh,
that sequence of people was so awesome.
As soon as we heard about this, as soon as we heard that this comeback was happening, immediately my mind was like, Peyton, is it gonna be Y or Changjun this time?
I don't know yet.
My vote is on Changjun because he suits cute concepts more. If Pongjae ever tried to cook, is that what would happen?
What is happening?
The low voice. Oh. Is he the 대표님? Oh, he's Isa. Sorry, Isa. That's so cute how they have the building of the court. Jamstar.
I love this, like the return to cute.
You know they changed their logo back too.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is it gonna be like a thing now? Where for cute concepts it's the circle logo.
There you go.
Oh, so good. Is that? Oh. Jamstar flexing his money. Ooh. Am I crazy? But I feel like I didn't see a lot of Chichani in the music videos so far.
Comparatively less than others, yeah.
I just can't get over Chibam in that outfit. I just think it's so funny. Did they just do... It looked like they did that TikTok dance.
The Renegade.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. From a dance perspective, I actually wrote down that from what I could see, it feels like a follow-up or like an older version of Let Me. And I actually went back and... Did you think that too? I actually went back and watched part of the Let Me choreography just to make sure that I wasn't going crazy. And I'm not. One of the reasons is that yes, it's still like synchronized and so was Let Me, but there's a little bit more of like a swing to it and a little bit more of the personality that comes out in it. Like the style of dancing is a lot more similar than some of the other cuter choreographies that they've done. And I really liked that. Also because I really like Let Me, so maybe that was why I was like, but also I felt like from the little bit that you could see in the dance, it felt like there was a big step forward, maybe. I'm just gonna say improvement, maturity in showing their personality in this one. And it probably has to do with the song, especially because they've just come off of the more serious concepts. But also, I feel like part of it is that they are older now and they are more experienced and they have a lot more performing experience. And so rather than being so stuck on that like Wollum, like 99% synchronization, which they still had, they did let a little bit more of their personality show. And like some good examples of that were the bowling moment where they were all being like really goofy, or just their facials in the chorus. Like it was just so cute. Wow, it was so cute. The music video though, wow, it was so cute. Just thinking about it now is making me smile. And I loved how they all looked like they were having such a good time, and also how they had put in so much of their personalities and like the personalities that the fans know. Like literally the first thing that stuck out to me was the fact that it starts and Tomyeon is sweeping, and I just thought about that Weekly Idol episode where he's like, I got so mad I cleaned. Another scene that stuck out to me was the one where Jungjoon, Pomin, Tag, and Y are all in the movie theater, and like towards the end they're all just laughing really hard, but Pomin especially is just laughing at everything Jungjoon does, and I was like, that is just real life. Like that is just real life. Yes.
I'm really glad that you mentioned that scene because I wanted to mention it, but I wasn't sure if I would have time, because in one of the trailers, Tag was like, I hope people see the scene and are like, ah, 쟤네들이 귀엽다, or something like that. So.
It was so cute. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't have much more to say. I just really loved it. I think people will be a little bit shocked by that because I'm always like, ooh, I like the serious dramatic concepts, but then also it's Golden Child, and like, why would I not love it? Anna's turn.
Hello. So, I am not going to be able to say everything that I want to say for this because since we're trying to get this out as soon as possible, Peyton gave me a time limit. Clearly, I loved it, and surprisingly, I'm not as tired as I usually am for morning reactions because Golden Child with Pump It Up, it's giving me energy. It was giving me High School Musical 2 ending number All for One vibe. And to be honest, I don't know too much about the dance clearly, but like parts of it kind of felt like a musical. But talking about the music, like clearly it's very different from what we've gotten from Golden Child recently. It's interesting because they use a lot of like little tricks, I guess you could say, to make it still feel grounded despite it being like a bright, happy, very light feeling song. So one of those things is the bass that you hear. It feels really deep, and like it is on like the deeper side, but one thing that they do to make it feel even more grounded with that bass is it's really distorted sounding, and that distortion makes it ring even more, so it feels like one of those basses that you like feel instead of just hear. And then another thing contributing to that is also going to carry into me talking about their vocals. They have a lot of harmonies on top of lines, which I'll talk about later, but they also have like a lot of just like random vocal elements that'll come in. Like for 2 beats they'll have like an ooh, but it's harmonized oohs, and the vowels for those moments are always an ooh, an ah, or an o, and those are very open and roundness, fullness, adding to the fuller feeling of the song. But also still talking about their vocals, like I mentioned the harmonies, it was nice because they have a lot of layered background vocals, and I love that because it just makes it so much more fun. And also I appreciate it a lot more because like when they're recording in the studio, that takes a lot more time too, and like almost every single time it's a harmony. Like I mentioned the oohs for just like 2 beats that'll randomly happen in a moment of silence, or the harmonies on top of the melodic line already there, but it won't be like for the full line, it'll be like for a few words in the line, so it really highlights those words and makes you focus in more. And then also clearly the big reaction to the built up chord in the pre-chorus, because instead of doing like a build up to a chorus drop like their like more dubstep songs or like the more mature concepts that they did recently for those songs, it's this built up vocal chord is the build up to the chorus, and I loved it. It was great. In the end of the verses, it kind of foreshadows to that moment happening, because like in the instrumental there's this sort of like not build up chord happening, but it like shifts up and it sounds like it's building a triad as well. I know I went over time, but I just wanted to say to end my comments, obviously I need to talk about Jibum. I love his like little focus on me moment for the second verse. It was great. I love it. I love it.
You were already focusing on him though.
Stop. Okay, I'm done now.
It's okay. I still don't know who my favorite between Jungjoon and Y was in this.
I know, they were like equally highlighted in this.
I'll just have them both. Anyways, TLDR, Golden Child is back. We were so excited when we heard about this comeback. It was a big surprise to both of us, and we are so happy Pump It Up did not disappoint. We obviously both liked it so much. It has woken us up so much at 5 a.m.
How did this
It has so
happen?
much energy, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. It got us all pumped up and ready for the day and ready to listen to it a million more times today.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we both liked it, obviously.
That being said, if you enjoyed this reaction video and also love Golden Child and also love their comeback Pump It Up, but also just love every single thing that they do and support them, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell.
Whoa.
What?
I don't know.
And bye.